Good to have you around at this moment. Once again, you are welcome. My name still remains Okonji Christopher Television, and I'm on YouTube right now broadcasting from my channel. I'm out here to have a koinonia with you. Wherever part of the world that you might be connecting with me at this moment, I want to assure you one thing that you are going to have, value for the time that you are going to be spending because we are going to be having a roller coaster together. So I'm telling you, as you join me at this hour, oh, let's look up to heavens. The heavens are beautiful. I'm telling you, the earth is beautiful. It's good to be live with you at this moment. I want to join you. Please, if you are going to be joining me, make sure you do the needful. Go and, like, subscribe. Don't just subscribe, press the notification button. That's to assure you that whenever I release a video, you will be the first person to see it. And I'm telling you, my videos are mind blowing. They are going to, set why we're going to be having value for every, why we're going to be having value for every moment we're going to be spending together. Please, I want you to do me one big favor. What is that favor? Make sure you don't cut off the network. The network is going to do us good. We're going to be chatting today. We're going to be crisscrossing every part of the earth. Looking at how, I mean, we can have fun together. Well, today I'm going to be a topic I'm going to talk about is something you're going to enjoy. Discussing with me because at this moment I want us to interact, make it an interactive section. I don't just want to talk over your head. We're going to be talking. Chat the chat. Let's having some swell time together. Today, I just want to know, how do you unwind in your leisure time? It's good to have fun, when you are out of work. It is said that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Who is the Jack over here? You might ask, who is the Jack over here? Well, Jack is just a metaphor that is used for everyone that will make himself out of place. What am I trying to say is that, are you that type that work and no play? You see, one thing every child needs is that, thank you for joining me at this hour. If you're joining me, just know I'm just sunbathing. I'm having sunbathing. Do you like the atmosphere that you find me? I'm sunbathing. You know, the sun sets in Africa. That's one beautiful thing about Africa. Africa is blessed. I know my continent is blessed in natural and human resource. I'm telling you, we are blessed. Nigeria is blessed. Yes, Nigeria is one nation that don't need to import sunlight. Nigeria is one nation that don't need to. Yeah, I was just talking about Africa is blessed. Yeah, I was just talking about Africa is blessed on every side. I'm telling you, we do not lack anything. Africa does not need anything. I'm telling you, we are blessed on all sides. When you come to Africa, you have fun. So you see me right now, I'm sunbathing. I'm asking you, how do you catch fun? How do you have fun in your pleasure time? How do you relax? I'm sunning myself. It reminds me very well. I'm sunning myself. It reminds me very well in my youthful days. I'm still a youth anyway. Youth is not a thing of age. It's a thing of the mind. I remember me finishing school, in the 80s, and for some time, I was at I didn't have and I didn't get it. Nigeria of yesterday, but it's still better than today. I remember very well, vividly, and I waited for some time, and my first approach to life was I was privileged to walk among Hollywood stars all around the world. I find myself engaging in film production. The first film production I did was in 1987. That was called Soweto Production. You remember the time of apartheid, when the white minority were ruling the the black majorities in South Africa and they were humiliating them. Why are the blacks being humiliated all over the world? Have you asked yourself that? Well, that's a big question to always ask. I remember very vividly, vividly, very well. Peter Botha was head of affair, was the president at that time, and the whole of Africa was shouting, Peter Botha, stop apartheid, apartheid. Don't you know apartheid is not good? I remember all our brothers, Sonny Okosu, Bob Marley, all of them were calling for emancipation. You see, the world is full of so much crime. The world is full of so much calamity. Well, if you are really just joining me, I want to welcome you to Okonji Christopher Television, and I'm broadcasting from YouTube in Nigeria, West Africa. And once again, you're welcome. The topic I'm discussing this afternoon is how do you unwind in your leisure time? It is said that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Yeah, you don't want to be a dull, you must unwind to unwind. Unwinding means it helps you to relax your mind. You see, the mind is always at work. Relax your mind. You see, the mind is always at work. And there comes a time where the mind needs to be relaxed. We all need relaxation at one point in time. You want to catch fun. How do you catch fun? Days as a young, I stumbled into movies. I was privileged to 1987 to work with some group of people that came from Hollywood doing a movie on Soweto production, location between Jos and Bauchi. It was fun for me because I was exposed. That gave me an exposure to the world. Not only that, in 1990, I did 2 movies. I'm telling you, how do you unwind? I was privileged to work with the son of the late Prime Minister of Nigeria, Babakata Papalewa, Sadiq. He came with his project work in Bauchi, and we did some shootings between Jos again and Bauchi. So you see, I'm just crisscrossing, doing film production. That afforded me an opportunity to mix up with the natives. I was going from one local government to the other. I traveled at that time as a young man, as a young boy growing up. It was fun. I caught fun, I'm telling you. I had fun traveling, meeting the natives, interacting with the locals. Trying to reach out. That afforded me so much opportunity to interact. I must confess. Just joining me, I want to say this is Okonji Christopher Television. And if you are wondering, where am I? I'm just catching fun. Remember, the topic again I'm discussing today is how do you unwind in your leisure time? This is my leisure time and I'm having fun. I'm catching fun. Watch fun. Well, I just want to let you know this is July 24th, and the year it's going. It has been so chilly. For the past 3 days, it has been raining every morning. We wake up, the rain wake up, we fall. I'm telling you, it rains. Torrential rainfall actually is not nocturnal one. How do I call it? When rain is falling small, I think it's nocturnal. It's small rains that fall, but those kind of rains are deadly. It stops you from going out. You don't feel like going out. You want to wrap yourself under the duvet. You know what I'm saying? So it has been raining for the past 3 days, and the network has always been fluctuating. But thank God for the network today as I'm broadcasting with you. I'm catching fun. So whatever part of the world you are connecting with me at this hour, I want to let you know that the topic I'm discussing this morning or this afternoon is how do you unwind in your leisure time. Everyone wants to catch fun. You understand what I'm trying to say? Everyone wants to catch fun. You see, you must catch fun when you are free out of your busy schedule of work. You are giving a break. Go and unwind. Catch fun. Enjoy yourself. Relax. I was telling you about myself those days. I call it catch fun anyway because it exposed me to the whole world. In the same 1990, it was called what is it again? Okay, that was the last one. The last one I did was the one with the son of the late Prime Minister. The second one I did was also in 1990. It's called Johnson Production. That was afford me an opportunity to work alongside. Actually, in these movies, I only acted in one. That was Soweto Production. I acted in that movie. We acted in the movie, and in Mr. Johnson Production, I worked behind the sound. I was behind the scene, working in the making of the movie. It was a great exposure for me. I was privileged to meet with, top. No, okay, I told you about to work alongside Nollywood stars like no Hollywood story, like Pierce Brosnan and other artists. Pierce Brosnan was the one time James Bond. In the 007 of James Bond in those days. Pierce Brosnan is, it should be now. I was privileged to rub shoulders with people like that. So you see, he opportunity to rub minds with the world. My mind became broadened. My head became swelled up. I was shoulder high, because it's a privilege to mix with people like that. It afforded me an opportunity to relax my mind because we are exposed, I mean, to the whole world. So that was another way of relaxing. I had time. I was working for consecutively from 1987 to 1990. It was a different experience for me. He helped me to go into the world. So that is what you see. I'm just describing to you how you catch fun. To me, it was fun. I like to, that's why I have to reiterate it here. It's the way I catch fun in those days. But I'm asking you, if you are out there, you're joining me, how do you unwind? Can someone talk to me? How do you unwind? How do you catch your fun? How do you relax? Like I'm relaxing right now. I'm having a sun bath because the weather has been cold. These days we're actually begging for the sun to come out. Remember, the sun sets in Africa before it gets to other parts of the world. That's how blessed Africa. Africa is blessed in everything. The sun sets in Africa before it gets to any other part of the world. So you see, Africa is a blessed continent, not the way they've painted it. Once again, welcome Okonji Christopher. How do Once again, welcome Okonji Christopher. How do you unwind in your leisure time? Everyone looks forward to relax. A relaxed mind brings out best at any time is called. You see, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. I remember very well God created the earth in 6 days. Don't misquote me. That does not mean that God is tired. God is neither flesh nor blood. God does not get tired. What the Bible means there is that when God created the earth in 6 days, the seventh day he stepped aside and saw that what he has created was beautiful. He called it very good. So God was not tired. You know what I mean? So, but when God created man, he stated that every seventh day is a day given to the Lord, a day for you to come unto the Lord and give him praise. If you are watching me, whatever part of the earth you are joining me from right now, I'm only just relaxing. I'm basking in the sun. Come and bask with me. Come and have fun with me. I invite you to have fun with me. You will never regret every moment of it because at this hour, it's a good time to have fun. So, like I was saying, God never rested. God just only, I mean, took a, I mean, completed his work at the sixth day. And the seventh day he stepped aside because there's plenty of work to do on the earth. God is still working in us on the earth, both to will and to do of his good pleasure. See, you are God's workmanship. God stepped aside at the sixth day. Seventh day, does not mean he rested. He was waiting for you to come on the scene so that his work will continue. The very day man set into the scene, the work of God continued because the Bible said God is the one that worketh in us both to will and to do of his good pleasure. So God is working in you as long as you are alive. You give yourself to him. So once again, for me, if you're just joining skin in the sun of Africa because the sun sets in Africa. So I ask again, how do you unwind? How do you catch fun? How do you have pleasure? It reminds me of this construction worker those days in the 80s. You remember those days, those Italians, they come to Nigeria. Basically what they will do is that they work in construction companies. They're the ones that build our bridges, Julius Best, name all the names. You can't see them now again. Nigeria is not like yesterday. These companies, Julius Berger is still there anyway, and I still wrote very many. I can't remember the name, but the only one I can remember is Julius Berger. Julius Berger is still in Nigeria, but they're not like functioning as a country. They constructed most of the bridges that were, they have faded away because of the economy of Nigeria. So bad. I remember those days, as a young boy, they were building River Niger, River Way bridges. They were building all the bridges all across Nigeria, keeping Nigeria beautiful and everything. I remember. So there was this Italian construction worker. I've forgotten his name. Don't mind me. But I remember he has a Nigerian friend called OKK. So so each time they work, weekends they go and enjoy themselves. Italians, they are very crazy people. But maybe if you're an Italian, I'm sorry to say, they like to catch fun. They like to unwind. So every weekend, they want to go and unwind. So this Italian man, we call his friend, OKK. He will come to the house, coming to pick. Remember, OKK is a believer. He's a good Christian. So each time he comes to pick OKK from the house, OKK will tell him, well, sorry, I'm going for choir rehearsals because he's a good believer. So the Italian man will say, oh, so I'm telling you about the Italian man and his Nigerian friend. So, okay, he will come again the next week. Okay, let's go party. Let's go and drink. Okay, will say, I'm going to church. Ah, so the Italian man got fed up and said, oh, okay, you don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't party. How do you unwind? What gets you high? What gets you high? Then okay, now we now begin to speak in tongues to him. Oh shakarabato mandere gireba. Oh shakarabato ye mandere boya. Oh robose ke rede mande de marabadoya ke rede maya mandara badaya. Oh sheke rede mande de bo mondo de bodo mande de bodoya. Oh sheke rede mande de robose ke karika tovali kata. Oh shende de boya. Oh shandala badaya. Oh shandere be mande de bodoya. Oh sheke rede mande de bodo malika tovali kateya. Oh shenge de bodoya. Oh shakaraba taya mande. So that was what Okeke was able to display to his Italian friend. He said, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't humanize, but I speak in tongues. So the question still goes on, how do you unwind? How do you have pleasure? I mean, out of your busy schedules, you want to relax. Well, you see, that is a story I just told you right now. But the bottom line is that, how do we relax? You see, there's a time you take off time from your busy schedule to go relax. You see, in Africa, we don't know what relaxation is all about. Let me just tell you what it is, the way we grew up. It's all work. So, how do you unwind? How do you catch your is the topic. So I was just saying, in Africa, where we grew up from, I mean, we still have this mental slavery in us, where we still have this mental slavery in us, mentality in us. I mean, slavish work. They worked us all up, and I'm telling you, we hardly have time for ourselves. We hardly have time for our families. We hardly have time to have recreation, because why? If you don't work, you will not eat. There's so much poverty in the land. A land that is, that is blessed with human and natural resources is still impoverished by Europe and America, because they carry all our resources, both human and natural resources, to Europe and America to build up Europe and America. Somebody said, you see, if there's no Africa, there will not be America today. Africa built up Europe and America. So you see, we suffered. And if you to take statistics, the number of men die, more men die than women in the way we are structured in Africa here. There are so many reasons why men die most. Men die more than women in Africa, because why? They were structured. You see, a man of 50 can marry a girl of 24 or 12 or 15. So you can look, you see the age gap. By the time the man gets to 80, he dies. The lady is just clocking at 30s, so she can still go on with life. So that's why there's high mortality rate in the death of men. We lose more men, and our men are goal getters. They are the ones benefactors of the family system. They have so much. You see, the death mortality rate of men in Africa is high due to stress. Men go through stress. Men are the ones that go through all the stress. So we are stressed and we easily die. You know, understand what I mean? Men are full of so much responsibilities in their head. So you see, all these things bottleneck, especially right now with the state of what Nigeria is right now. I'm telling you, it takes the grace of God. We have seen all sort of things. I'm telling you, the economy is harsh economic reality on every man. I'm telling you, if you are living in Nigeria, you are a man. I greet all men in Nigeria that are surviving the harsh economic reality that we find ourselves. But it still stands. How do you unwind? There will be time. Well, I just tell you how do I unwind in all the stress and the harsh economic reality. I still make sure I bottle up to take my family on a Saturday. We go to the gym. It's one thing I don't joke. It's a culture in my family right now. Even if I'm not there, they know that on Saturdays we must go to the gym to unwind. It's not just unwind, but to keep your health in shape. Because if there's no health, you can't talk about unwinding. So I'm so particular about my health and the health of my family. So I introduce them to we must always go to the gym. You know, so that's one of the ways that will keep body and soul together. If body and soul is not intact, I'm telling you, you will just pack up. Why we die on time is some people in their dictionary does not like, I mean, gymming. There's nothing like unwinding. If you walk, you don't unwind. It makes your body mechanism weaken. Your body mechanisms. I mean, it is said that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So I want. It is said that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So I want to encourage you, and I also ask you, how do you unwind? You see, in Europe and America, they unwind so much because why? They have sucked the juice in Africa. So when they go there, they have time to relax. They go on holidays. They take. You understand what I mean? But you see, in Africa, we don't know such things. But how do we? How do you unwind? I still encourage that we find time in Africa to unwind. Families out in this Africa of today, in this Nigeria of today. How do we take our families out? But I'm telling you, better days are coming. So I encourage us, please, let's keep our minds together. Our body, soul, and spirit needs to be relaxed so that they need to be unwind so that we can be strong for the journey is far. So thank you for staying on with me, and I hope to see you again.